r/AskReddit. What ducked up thing did you do as a kid? My older brother pissed me off, so I pissed in a super soaker. Dominance. Did the same thing when my friend stole my super soaker 50 and I found it in his basement. Holy crap, I did this too, but for the neighborhood super soaker fight, and targeted a bully that always picked on me. Sprayed it right into his mouth. Funny enough, he never messed with me after. I had a somewhat similar experience with my childhood bullies, only I fought with someone else and then they quit fucking with me. Kid are evil, man. Friends and I would hang out on a side street with a 1-gallon gas can and a lighter. When we saw a car coming, one of us would run across the street while pouring gas and the other friend would light the gas after he was clear. That's some gummo shit, lol. Ah yes, casual arson. We hid in the woods and threw rocks at cars. Cringing just typing that. We did something similar, but we didn't actually throw rocks. We invented a game called Rock. We had a spotter that would tell us when a car was coming. The thrower would run out from the tree line by the road and pretend to throw a rock at the car. Usually the cars would slam on their brakes or get out and chase us, thinking we'd just vandalized their car. The goal as the thrower was to really sell it, making them think it was a real rock you were throwing. A few times someone would call the police. We'd have to hide and try making it back to our houses without getting caught. We must have been pretty good at it, because nobody ever got caught or arrested. When I was 11, my friend and I soaked a tennis ball in gasoline and lit it on fire, and with gloves on tossed it around with my friend. Just cause. Ended up throwing it to him in an arc and he missed, and it slid down his chest, leaving a on fire gasoline trail on his shirt. Had first degree burns and we really got in trouble for that one. Joey, Chandler, is that you? How did Ultimate Fireball turn out? Yeah, we did that too. After 2 or 3 games of it, we were amazed it was friends that did the I copied the TV effect. We also tried to figure out how to get hammer darts to work. We used to do that all the time, but we used isopropanol instead, and that didn't seem to burn quite as hot. That or lighter fluid. We did this with a soccer ball, which was pretty stupid considering we live near bushland. I thought it would be a great practical joke to bury a corn holder, small handle with 2 sharp prongs to hold corn on the cob, pointy side up in my yard, and wait for someone to step on it. Of course, being a kid after all, I lost interest after a time and forgot. Sometime later in the summer, while walking barefoot, yes, I stepped on it. Fuck, that hurt. Learned a valuable lesson about practical jokes. Settle down, little Viet Cong, lol. My brother sharpened a pencil and put it in between the seats of the sofa, hoping parental unit would get the end. About 20 seconds later he must have forgot, started running around, then dive bombed the sofa. Cue pencil lead and ass cheek. Ouch. Oh fuck. That is so much worse than 2 prongs in a foot. Ouch indeed. Ouch. Same thing happened to me, except I just forgot where I put it. I tried to poison my mom's boyfriend. I was probably around 11. I had one of those science kits from the Scholastic book fair. I took the citric acid and dumped the whole container into his drink. He sipped it and just said, "This tastes like shit," and dumped it out, lol. This made me laugh. Imagine being so happy you're going to kill the person you hate, just to watch them pour out your hard work and planning. I find this even funnier, because citric acid is harmless. I think I've actually seen it recently at Walmart for cooking purposes. Gave my little brother X-Lax and told him it was chocolate when we were under 10. I knew it would give him diarrhea, but I didn't know how badly. It was ducked up. So I went to Philmont, a huge ranch in New Mexico owned by the Boy Scouts, where you can do lots of hiking, this past summer. They have very strict bear policies, meant to prevent any kind of negative encounter with a bear. I.e., don't try to feed the bears, clean up your trash, hang your bear bags correctly. If you don't follow these rules, they will send you home, as a bear that knows it can find food around humans is a danger to both the bear and the humans. We were talking with some of the staff one day about bears and stuff, and one of them told us about an incident involving X-Lax. Now they recommend you bring something like X-Lax with you in the first aid kit, since it's fairly common for scouts to get constipated. The diet they feed you is probably very different from what you'd eat at home. Anyway, there was a troop a number of years back that had brought way more X-Lax than they needed to. So what did they do with it? Instead of leaving it in the locker at base camp, they made a pie out of it on like the third day on the trail. There had been a bear in the area, and they knew that, so they left the pie out to try to lure the bear in so they could see it. The adults in the troop were completely on board with the idea too. Of course, with its super strong sense of smell, the bear found it. Unfortunately, the bear decided it liked the pie and followed them for the next few days, shitting runny diarrhea the entire time. Bear poop smells bad to begin with, but bear diarrhea is even worse. Finally, after like 3 or 4 days following them, the bear tore into everyone's backpacks overnight, destroying everything. After coming clean to staff about what happened, they got kicked off the trail. Filmant placed a permanent ban on their troop. Their troop could never go to Filmant again. Filmant had to call in the state game wardens to kill the bear because it was too comfortable around people, and the troop leaders were charged with bear baiting, which is a felony. So all in all, not a good day for anyone involved. Some kid kept stealing my break time snack at school, so my parents baked a chocolate cupcake with X-Lax on the top and gave me strict instructions not to eat it, even if it didn't get stolen. Didn't get my cake stolen again after that. Duck you, Daryl. I was 12 and tried searching everywhere for porn of children of my age because I didn't like looking at adults. Boy, was I stupid. I did this around the same age. Still surprised no one ever bashed our door down. 100% I did the same when I was 13 or so. I was mad that my searches for teens kept bringing up grown-ups. My dumbass thought, ugh, I don't want to see some parent. What about kids my age? I mean, you can't blame anyone for liking people of the same age. I flipped off people while going for a walk with my parents when I was 5. I didn't realize that was a bad thing to do. My sister told me flipping the middle finger was swearing at God when I was around 5, and I thought she meant swearing to God, as in it's something you're supposed to do when you made promises. My ass was walking around church with my middle finger up till some kind older teenager finally gently told me to put it away. When I was in 2nd grade, I said my teacher was stabbing kids with pencils. The others were brought in one at a time and questioned. This did not happen, and I remember the teacher fondly and have no idea why I did it. I guess for the same reason most kids randomly do shit, to see what happens next. I would tell other kids that I could see the walls bleeding and their grandma's ghost saying she hates them, and when they would cry I laughed at them. What the duckle mayo? This isn't even a kid thing, you're just pure evil, fahaha. Hope you got those issues worked out, dude. In 7th grade, my best friend asked me if I would go and ask the boy she liked if he liked her and if he would go out with her. I went over and asked him if he liked her. He said no. Then I asked if he liked me. He said yes. And then I asked him to be my boyfriend. He said yes. Then I went right back to my friend and told her that he didn't like her, but that he liked me and was now my boyfriend. I don't know why I did that. Cha-cha real smooth. I did a similar thing. My friend had a boyfriend, so I thought it was cool to like him even if I didn't. I asked him whenever he was done being her boyfriend if he'd want to be mine. He dumped her and started dating me. We were in the 3rd grade. I never understood why she was mad at me. I was such an idiot. I used to have a couple bullies in the 1st grade. One day they decided it would be a good idea to strap me to a bench and strip me. So you know what I did? I shed my pants right then and there. They never bothered me again. Dominance, hell yeah. Hey man, sounds like it solved your problem. I put countless rocks on the train tracks in hopes of derailing it. Filled a super soaker with rubbing alcohol and sprayed fire. So basically attempted mass murder. We used to stack pennies on the tracks, then go look for copper streaks after the train passed. Copper streaks. We used to do this too. But would find the flat end pennies. And the pennies would be very warm, like rechargeable batteries or fresh laundry. I appreciate you describing what warm means by giving examples. On 1991, after seeing Mike Tyson getting arrested on the news, I asked my dad what rape was, and he told me it meant hurting a girl. So you can picture 7 to 8-year-old me running to the teacher to say stuff like, "Teacher, come. Jack, John, and George are raping Molly on the playground," or threatening my classmates with rape if they were annoying me, boys included, cause I thought this way I was also insulting them by calling them girls. Edit. The final straw for the teacher was when 2 kids on my classroom were fighting, and I teased one of them with a sarcastic tone. "Oh poor you don't like getting raped?" The teacher ran towards me, like, "What did you just say?" So I explained to her, still teasing him, "Well, Miss Sarah, he's like a girl, so we rape him instead of hitting him." I remember my dad reading the Bible to us one night and I asked what a virgin was. He said it meant a girl who had never slept with a man. I thought he meant literally sleep, because I was like 4, and whatever the context was implied that being a virgin was a good thing. So I felt bad for not being a virgin, because sometimes I had nightmares and slept in my parents' bed. LMFAO Billy, if you shoot one more spitball at me, I'm gonna rape you. Growing up in the 80s, every time I swore my parents threatened to wash my mouth out with a bar of soap. I got tired of hearing it, so the next time they made the threat I went to the bathroom, came back with a bar of soap, and with a smile on my face, proceeded to scrub my mouth with it. Can't make it a punishment if I enjoy it. This has the same energy as breaking all the dishes the first time you're asked to scrub them, so that you never have to do the dishes again. One time I peed in my cousin's ear from the top bunk. The sniper. Impressive. You've reached the end. You're a star. Destroy the subscribe button for more like that.